Alright, sorry about a delayed start. I was still messing with some settings. But here we go. This is the park. It is a spin-off game for Secret World Legends. We're going to find out a little bit more about Atlantic Island Park and a specific person that lost her child there.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum. Stay in the car. We'll go and ask information.
But what we're actually going to do is just walk away immediately. Nothing good can happen here. This looks more familiar.
No! I have things I need to do in the park.
Okay, if you insist. But yes, Atlantic Island Park is the park on Solomon Island, where we've been exploring recently in the mainline game, I suppose. Reboot of the mainline game. Something along those lines. Looks a little bit different here. We've filled it all up. Quickly check that I'm actually recording me. Yes. Okey-doke.
Attention patrons, the park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience. Employees prepare the park for shutdown.
Callum was born the day this place opened. This is his favorite place in the world.
Atlantic Island Park, a tribute to the untamed heart of Solomon Island and the people who use their talents to bring the dream of Nathaniel Winter to life. May this park be a place where joy and laughter are gathered and used to infect all those who follow after. Dedicated this first day of May, 1977, James B. Longley. And we can look at it this way too, but for the most part I want to say it's easy enough to read.
What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
So when this game first released, it came with some tie-in materials in the main game. There was a special Halloween mission, and you can get the chipmunk mascot costume and some of the trinkets like the necklace Lorraine is wearing there. Atlantic Island Park. Welcome to Atlantic Island Park. When I first came to visit Solomon Island, I fell deeply in love with its natural beauty. It's a scenic place, and I created many of my best memories here. I wanted to create a place that captures the essence of Solomon Island, a place where families would bring their children to create memories of their own. I invite you to explore this park that we've created, from the Ferris wheel which rivals the local lighthouse for the best views of the area, to the sideshow alley where we have many fascinating games and objects from the local area to explore. Enjoy. Nathaniel Winter. Chad the Chipmunk recommends, for the little ones, try the Tunnel of Tales for a gentle, family-friendly retelling of timeless fairy tales. If that sounds a little too slow, grab an adult and jump on the bumper cars. Full throttle fun for everyone. For the teens, pump up your adrenaline by going through a spin cycle on the Octotron. Then defy the laws of gravity on our award-winning roller coaster. Finish it all up in the House of Horrors, but be warned, it might scare all the fun out of you. For the big ones, take a romantic spin on the Ferris wheel with your significant other and take in the natural beauty of Solomon Island. Follow it up with a stroll through the exotic sights and wild games of the Sideshow Alley. There truly is something for everybody at Atlantic Island Park. Once you've left Atlantic Island Park, there's still so much to do here on Solomon Island. Present this brochure to our local business partners to save big bucks. Places to eat: Sunshine Deli. Whether a light snack or something more substantial, the Sunshine Deli can find a way to satisfy your cravings. Susie's Diner. Laid-back dining in the heart of Kingsmouth. Susie's is the place to go to meet the friendly locals and sample her famous canned preserves. The Lobster Trap. When in Maine, eat lobster. The Lobster Trap has the freshest, finest seafood that exists. Reservations are recommended. Places to sleep: the Overlook Motel. Run by Eddie Stone, the Overlook Motel has the best beds on the island, for the most reasonable prices. And the best part is the motel is located just a few hundred meters up the road from Atlantic Island Park. Hang on. Sorry, I have a bit of a tickle today. Jack and Wendy's Bed and Breakfast. For those who prefer a more intimate setting, Jack and Wendy have several beds available. They are very popular during the season, so call early to avoid disappointment. And we have a press X to Jason button.
Where are you going?
Come on, this way.
And it pulses a little bit, so we can know where he is.
Callum, I told you to wait in the car.
Catch me, Mommy.
Might be over there-ish. And here is Nathaniel Winter himself. When he was looking a slight bit more normal.
Wait for Mommy, Callum. There's something special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention employees, the park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
I'm sure that's all
Wait
fine.
up there for Mommy, Callum. Oh, God. The park. What happened here?
And we can sprint now.
It's easy to get lost here.
Yeah. So it's changed up a little bit from how it is in the main game. We still got some of the typical fare.
Callum, stay where you are.
You can't catch me.
Callum, come back here right now!
Callum says no. But we like to look around a little. Hey, maybe that's his bear. No sideshows for us right now.
Callum, tell Mommy where you are.
Come on, Mommy.
I'll try not to miss too many notes, but
Stop, Callum!
Over here.
it has been a little while since I've played, so I don't know exactly where all of them are. Hopefully it isn't too dark for anybody watching, if anybody is. Or decides to later, I suppose.
Where are you?
Over here.
Too dark. I'm not going in there without a flashlight.
Wimp. Carrie Killian is Satan's whore, which we learned about Carrie Killian last week too. She was a magic user that was persecuted by the town due to the Illuminati's machinations and ended up resulting in her death. So this takes place not too long before she ends up being killed.
I think this belongs to Callum.
You could step on a sharp rock. Broken glass. Anything.
Chad the Chipmunk, huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
In fact, Chad the Chipmunk welcomes you to Atlantic Island Park. Chad can be seen in daily ice sculpting shows in the following locations: 11 a.m. Sideshow Alley, 1 p.m. the Octotron, 3 p.m. the park entrance. Chad the Chipmunk, worst in class. Chad can't even seem to pass. Chad gets angry, likes to fight. Chad is beaten every night. Chad will have a dead-end job. Chad will die a useless slob. And Chad is, his real identity back home is possibly Deputy Andy's father. When we talked to Andy back the first time when we met him, he mentioned his dad liked to wear masks. In a way that, could just be psychological or emotional masks. But no, it's probably most likely to use wearing mascot costumes.
Mommy needs to see you, Callum.
This way.
Stay where you are! Callum?
I'll go ahead and take a nice scenic ride on the swan boat.
Where are you?
Surely nothing bad will happen.
Callum! Callum, where did you go?
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. "What will become of us?" the woodcutter asked his wife one night. "I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there." "No, my wife, I cannot do that," said the man. "Then we will all 4 starve, you fool." Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. "Do not fret, Gretel," Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. "Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself," the wife told the woodcutter. In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again. Hansel broke his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days. The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls. "Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house?" An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. "Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you." But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you. The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside, the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed. Once inside the house, the old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. Your brother will make a good mouthful, the old witch told Gretel. Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him. Time passed, and poor Hansel refused to eat, fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven. But Gretel pretended not to understand. I do not know how. Where is the opening? Fool, the old witch said. The opening is here. And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked. And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
Callum, where are you? Hansel and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy, looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws. I wonder what this is.
quickly.
Come to Mommy, Callum.
This way, Mommy.
Come back, Callum.
Catch me, Mommy.
Another accident. This place. Callum, come back here right now!
This way.
Callum! This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy. The guy just snapped. Those poor kids. Oh, I remember this. Wait, Callum! Stop! Callum! Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. They shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought. Don't hide from me, Callum!
I'm very good at things. Sorry. I've been pausing and unpausing because I've been coughing a lot, and I forgot again. Go me. Yeah, sorry. But, we did see Chad earlier, being creepy. We also got a note back here by the Octotron from Norma Creed about watching him stab some guy with an ice pick a bunch. Yeah, 'tis the time of year. And so he is also probably Deputy Andy's dad.
Callum, where are you?
Mother duck said quack, 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 quack.
Bumper cars.
Constant crashes and 80s music. I guess it floats someone's boat. Callum, stay where you are!
This way, Mommy.
So what we have is a press X to Jason button. We can call out to Callum and he'll answer and he'll highlight plot important things.
Come out, sweetie.
And Callum is, of course, very creepy.
Wait for Mommy!
This way.
Where are you?
Accident report. Employee name, Francis Dufresne. Time and date of accident incident, 25th of October, 1976. Job titles and departments, laborers working on the crane. Supervisor, lead person, Richard Stapleton. Witnesses, Lawrence Creed and Michael Edgeworth. Brief description of the accident or incident. During the transport of the bumper cars into the area, one of the straps attaching the load to the truck came untied, causing a cascade of bumper cars onto Francis, who was standing directing the driver. Francis was crushed by the weight of the cars. Described any injuries caused? Francis was killed. Did the injured employee see a doctor? Yes. If yes, did you file an employer's portion of a worker's compensation form? Yes. Supervisor's comments. Dexter, the truck driver, claims to have seen someone on the back of the load undoing the straps. Nobody else reported seeing that. The sheriff has requested that Dexter provide them with a urine sample. What could have been done to prevent this incident? Double-checking the straps after transit should be mandatory, and drug screenings for all drivers. Have the unsafe conditions been corrected? No. Employer supervisor's signature on 25th October 1976. Additional comments and notes. The local laborers are very superstitious, and this hasn't helped. Some of them are refusing to work until we have someone from the local church walk the park and exorcise the bad spirits.
Callum, where did you go?
Well, that didn't sound like our young child.
Mommy is coming, Callum. It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, "Yes, Sheriff."
Then again, our main priest on the island is like the Illuminati fanboy over there. Not sure he'd help too much. Continually delayed by the incompetence of the builders. The problem is that they are locals, and so they believe a lot of the rumors about what Old Man Henderson used to do here. They grew up on these tales. Every time a bolt comes loose or a wrench goes missing, those fools are crossing themselves against the black magic. Of course, that is why I chose this site over all the other potentials. Solomon Island is the nexus for dark energies, and the thought of all that power just dissipating beneath the earth here makes my skin crawl. I called in a few favors back in Brooklyn, got someone at the local academy to see if they had any interesting books about local history. Turns out they do, and it turns out that Old Man Henderson had some pretty strong connections to the Brooklyn crowd. Perhaps something he wrote will help me find a piece of the plans that I'm missing. And I'm trying to find as many notes as I can, but I can't promise I'll get them all. I'm not 100% sure, but if the guy killed was one that Lorraine here was seeing. I know that her partner was killed here at the park, but I can't remember if it was that incident specifically. Nah, it's fine. It worked out perfectly for him. Not sure I want to take that quite yet. Don't want to progress until I'm sure I'm ready. No, she cannot. Lorraine just had a miserable time all around. And it keeps getting worse.
Callum, where did you go?
go for a ride.
Mommy is coming, Callum!
Sure hope this car doesn't fall off like those other ones did.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping
Don.
the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed. But I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Dawn and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Dawn was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over.
And the thing is that Callum isn't a baby anymore. He's about 10. At least the shots we've seen of him anyway. I think he's about 10. Hi, Boogeyman.
Callum! Tell Mommy where you are! Stay where you are!
So there was a ticket for the roller coaster back there, so we're checking over here first.
Where are you, Callum?
This leads back to the Octatron. Which we might be able to find that note about... Actually, the bridge looks out. Let's go look at the broken bridge. Unfortunate.
Where are you, Callum?
This is where we came up from.
Stay where you are!
Wait a second. Right click to call for Callum.
Don't be afraid.
I'll play a little sound cue and sometimes give a visual indication of where I need to go. Hate it when that happens.
Stop hiding, Callum! A lot of people idolize their children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit. My angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping up piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane. Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything. It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him.
Yeah, Lorraine is having a time. In so many senses.
Callum? Callum!
He's watching you.
Cool.
Mommy is coming, Callum!
Any more notes?
I always wanted to ride this one. Never got around to do it before. Stay where you are! Where are you, Callum? What do you want?
We need to talk about Callum.
What do you mean? What have you done to him?
That's insulting. You and your boy are everything that this place doesn't want. The antithesis of what we stand for.
Where is Callum?
The poor child. He tried so hard to do what he was taught. He even left you a trail of breadcrumbs. But the park is just so hungry.
Tell me where my son is.
The witch has him now. Has both of you. No happy ending here, I'm afraid.
Just leave me alone.
Fool. You always were.
calculations and adjustments worked. The transport and storage mechanism seemed to be flawless. What a wonderful day. If only these people knew what they were fueling. And so what if a few people leave the park at the end of the day feeling dour? So what if the children are more scared than excited on the roller coaster? This could be the doorway to immortality. And such doorways only open to those who have the will to find the key.
Callum, where are you? The witch awaits.
We got a flashlight. Though we could probably also use the axe. Might just be helpful. Not a single thing. He surely didn't turn into the weird monster we occasionally see.
Callum has bruises on his arms, finger marks. Someone has been hurting him. I've asked him, demanded really, to know where he got the marks. But he doesn't want to answer me. Something has scared him into silence. He doesn't dare talk. He's been changing too. Something sinister lurks in the darkness behind his eyes. I catch him staring at me at odd moments. In the night, he tosses and turns and cries out words that I cannot understand. When I try to soothe him, he snaps and bites at my fingers. I think he wants to talk to me. I think he wants to tell me. But they are watching him every minute of every day. They are whispering to him in his sleep, changing him. They are taking my baby away from me. I can save him. And there will be pain. But I love him, and in the end, he will understand why.
Yeah.
This isn't a game, Callum!
What are you scared of?
Oh. The stairs are broken. Also, given what we know of the secret world, we can't really say that there isn't something talking to him. We know the boogeyman is real. And this game is kind of metaphorical, kind of what actually happened. There are things that we've seen that didn't really take place. So it's a little bit hard to say, like, how much Lorraine actually saw in the park versus just events she's kind of stringing together as a nightmare later. Because, I mean, it's been a while, but... Hang on. Excuse me. Lorraine goes on to make a deal with the Council of Venice. Now, this being decades before the Tokyo incident, there aren't a whole lot of bees around. And those that are have pretty much already been snapped up by somebody or something. And so the Council of Venice gets it into their head that they want to make their own bees, have their own superhuman army to do what they need to do. And they end up picking up Lorraine's story. They kill off the reports about her missing child, say that they can help, like, delete her past and give her a new start, and they put a bee in her. And she, at least, of the ones they try it with, survives. So some of this might be like during that process of the bee bonding to her and pulling different things in. Yeah. And it's a miserable experience because I don't think that broadly people understand that the buzzing are an intelligent entity that might have opinions about being used like that. And they've admitted that they didn't sound too kind when they first started talking to her, because they were moderately pissed about the whole thing. And it just kind of went downhill from there. They did soften on Lorraine. She didn't know. She just kind of got dragged into things. But they never understood, like, when things didn't get better. She remained uncomfortable with them. Didn't really like being with other anima-infused humans. She kind of felt that a lot of them were jumping right into the superhuman powers part, and she kept having this persistent sense that they were losing something in the arrangement. Yeah. And so, and her depression isn't getting better. Her child is still gone. Her partner is still gone. I mean, she has a decent paying job now, but she's still suicidal, and now she is stuck because nothing she's trying works. So she spends the next several decades trying to figure out how to get around the bees to be able to kill herself, which culminates in her discovering that the bee can be dismembered if you go at it through dreams. And that's where the tie-in mission for the original Secret World comes in. She has succeeded, pretty much. And unfortunately, the player character, in trying to figure out how exactly she pulled it off, ends up collecting the cut off pieces of the bee, reassembling it, and accidentally bringing her back again. So, that is the fun and engaging story of Lorraine Mallard having just a horrible all-round time with everything that she does. That's a clown.
I can help you, Callum.
They don't get it, I think, was pretty much their thoughts on that. Their lore for the event mostly boils down to them not understanding somebody wanting to return their gift that badly that they would work at it for so long. And them being an ageless entity themselves, wanting to end something just doesn't make sense to them.
The whole town was shocked by that one. Never found out who did it.
Cotton Candy Corpse leaves sour taste in park goer's mouth by Hal Laurel. Yesterday evening, visitors to Atlantic Island Park were shocked and horrified by the discovery of a dismembered corpse behind the cotton candy stand. According to the local authorities, the corpse has yet to be identified. However, they have confirmed that the remains appear to be those of a child. The corpse was discovered by a group of teenagers from Innsmouth Academy, who noticed a pair of ravens tugging at something just out of sight behind the shack. Nathaniel Winter, the owner of Atlantic Island Park, has released the following statement. It is a true tragedy when something like this occurs, especially in a place that was designed to bring forth happiness and joy. The staff at Atlantic Island Park offer their condolences to the family and friends of the victim and will cooperate fully with the authorities to help bring this case to rest. The Solomon Chronicle will provide daily updates on this story going forward.
I'm not playing anymore, Callum! Poor bastard. Who did this to him? Callum? Callum!
Keep them away from me.
Come back! These are mine.
Some kids laugh and some kids cry, but mostly children simply die. Say no to graffiti. Fear the boogeyman. Stop picking your nose then.
Callum, I'm sorry. Forgive me, Callum. Don't leave me here, Callum.
Supposedly, we originally came in here because our son lost his bear.
Don't touch me.
Future Times by Laurel and Howdy. Belly button is the signature of your personal creator. I believe her name was Mama. Every 17th child is a magnet for sinfulness, made omniscient by broken fires in the coastal strain. We don't believe that the earth belongs to battered goats and shamrock afterbirth. Only the truly naked wrens of righteous indignation are severed by war-cross cleavages and trust exercise arrhythmia. Beaumont will come to the island, bearing the talisman, and he will shatter the seals that bind the orthodoxy of corruption. Only then will priests shoot, sluts reveal, Housewives pontificate, and delayed messiahs make axles for the rescue of Tango and Cash. Sweet the temptress who grips the shaft, twists the shaft, absconding with third age fire into fourth age darkness, while gods lie writhing on the shattered face of the earth. Gaia has sweetness and grace, but her days are numbered, and heavy-fisted hives break before frozen wills and cellugraphic actresses in pencil and paper pornography. The all-seeing eye will provide decade-long updates on this story going forward. So that was some of the buzzing leaking in. Push.
Don't leave me here, Callum.
Don't let the witch put me in the oven.
No. This isn't a game, Callum! The park is a collage of contradictions all of its own. Millions of people die every year in car crashes, and the park has little cars designed specifically to simulate that action. Hear the children scream with joy. In the sideshow alley, you can walk away with 15 cents worth of mass-produced Chinese teddy bears, while a grinning carny pockets your hard-earned $5. What secrets lie beneath the sullen waters of the lake? The tears of jilted lovers, the soiled condoms of illicit affairs, the clotted blood of the lonely suicide. And the face of the witch looms over it all. I've always despised her toothy grin and warty nose. I hate that sparkle in her weathered, watchful eyes. I think Callum is waiting for me. Inside.
This is where we came in. We came up these stairs over here. Well, it's an escalator, I guess, but... Can we leave? No.
I can help you, Callum.
Don't let him take me.
Done. Atlantic Island Park has closed its gates. A jeering throng of townsfolk gathered as we hung the heavy iron padlock on the gates. Small-minded fools, scared of what they don't understand. My machines lie silent and dejected, but I am not beaten. I have sent my wife and son back to Boston, and I have retreated here, to the House of Horrors. I must think. spooky. Here is Winter before he turned monstery. Here we have actual working reflections. And I jumped. That's normal.
Don't leave me! What have you done with him?
We go through the curtain or through the werewolf door. We'll check the curtain. Give me a moment to... My Twitch manager is being a nuisance. So we'll just ignore that guy. Okay. This looks like a dead end. Looks like not a lot. Some furniture, radio, but tragically nothing I'm allowed to touch. Hi, werewolf. Hello, self. But yeah, in original Secret World, you could link this game to it, and you could get Lorraine's necklace there, with the hatchet on it. go that way. You could also get the chipmunk costume, but tragically no more. It was only available in Legends through Legacy Transfer, which I don't think is active anymore anyway. Paper. Incidents, and I cannot dismiss them as random chance. The park works, but something is interfering with its intended function. It's as though the very air in this place is corrupting the power even as I collect it. A few casualties here and there are acceptable, but when employees go on stabbing rampages, it draws attention. I'd rather not have the boys in blue, either kind, investigating this place too closely. It's a shame about Steve. I rather liked him. Rude. Well, he was trying to mess around with the nicer side of the dark powers. It isn't his fault that they were still dark, and so dark that they corrupted everything they touched. How could he have known? Just got an alcove for a couch.
Show yourself?
I'm no longer allowed to press X to Calum. So now we go through the looping PT segment that may be older than PT. Nightmare Circus by Ferncom. A circus burns to the ground on opening night, killing dozens. The owner is put to death by an enraged mob of townsfolk just as he shouts out a curse. Now Raven, a dark-souled wanderer, comes to the ruins at dusk in search of his missing mother. Let the show begin!
After they let me out, they gave me Callum back and sent me home with a handful of breadcrumbs. Home, bittersweet home. I barely recognized it. Where there had been color and light, there were shadows and regrets. Where there had been warmth, there was a bone-deep coldness that never went away. I tried my hardest to keep the ghosts at bay. Don, watching from the dusty corners while I tried to teach his son to read. My father, coldly assessing me and finding me lacking. I devoted myself to Callum and did the things that they told me. It will get better, they said. Every day will be a little better than the last. I'm in the woods now, lost and afraid. Things never got any better.
We did go through the Tunnel of Tales instead of Tunnel of Love, and we went through Hansel and Gretel and its significance to Lorraine. Dunwich Power Company, disconnect notice. After multiple attempts to collect payment, we regret to inform you that your service has been disconnected or will be disconnected shortly. Please do the following. 1. Make the payment listed on your last bill. contact us on 555-7868 and we can arrange a payment plan so that you can immediately be reconnected. 2. If you believe that this is an error, call us on 555-7869 to discuss your options. If you are unable to make payment, please contact your local welfare office to discuss a placement for you and your loved ones. Winter in Maine is cold and brutal. Don't face it without electricity. The Dunwich Power Company. A shocking true story. Hunger. The true story of the Donners. On April 16, 1846, a group of covered wagons began the 2,500-mile journey to California. Just 8 months later, they found themselves stranded in the Sierra Nevada mountains with very little to bite or sup. It was to become one of the greatest tragedies of westward migration that the world has ever seen. Now, our panel of Donner experts have uncovered compelling evidence that the families were forced to resort to cannibalism in order to survive that terrible winter. In this never-before-seen expose, read about how the Donner children were forced to eat their brothers and sisters in order to survive. All here in the pages of this shocking true story. Looks like we're having fun at the dentist or something. The Wilting by Susan Anscombe. This new novel, Susan Anscombe cements her place as one of the most important science fiction writers of a generation. The Wilting. A solar flare has struck the Earth. Millions of people are uprooted from their homes. A young meteorologist searches desperately for a way to stop global overheating, and an exotic dancer named Chance O'Hara is the key to saving the world. Again. Dynamic, exciting, bombastic. Everything we've come to expect from an Anscombe novel. Chance O'Hara is back, and you better believe that she is bigger, better, and bolder than ever. Oh, and it's put out by QBL, which is one of the Irachi Group's companies. Got bed, Callum and Mommy, and a hat. And Rubik's Cube that we're not allowed to play with. Mom and me in the car. Mom and me in the park with ducks. I love you, from Callum. Well, I'm sure she doesn't know that much about it. QBL is just one of the largest companies out there. They do news media and publishing. Everybody knows QBL. Me and Mommy at the zoo. Got a wrench. It looks like our faucet's busted. Got a shopping list. Milk, cheese, bread, butter, corn, potatoes, apples, fish sticks. Remember, drop off Callum. Electricity bill. Fix faucet. That door is broken. We have some food. Broken door. You know, that sounds like a great plan. We're on a boat. We're at school. Lorraine, I received your letter, and I am quite surprised. You ran off with your father all those years ago, then disappeared off the edge of the map, and then when I finally tracked you down, refused to answer any of my letters. And now you write to me asking for help. I have another family now, and another life. Your father was a horrible man, and I regret the years that I wasted with him. I loved you. I truly did, but every year you grew more and more like him. You were his girl, never really mine. Still, I would have fought for custody if you hadn't run away with him. It broke my heart, but I need to go on living. I can't let you back into my life without picking open old wounds. I'm sorry, Lorraine, but I just can't do it. Maybe one day it will be easier and I can meet Callum, but not yet. I'm not ready to forgive you. Please don't contact me again. Karen. So, yeah, that was Lorraine's mom. Dunwich Emergency Services, Miss Mallard. As we agreed in our meeting today, we consider you fully recovered from your illness. This letter is official notification that you are considered of sound mind and body and may return to work at any time. Please note that you should discontinue any medication that you have been using and dispose of any remaining medicines. If you feel at any time that you are suffering a relapse, then please make contact with your local physician immediately. We wish you continued good health. Dr. Spencer, Dunwich Medical. TV's broken. Radio won't let me play with it. We got a toy. You could bounce on that, I suppose. Might be fun. Dunwich Emergency Services. Patient name, Mallard Lorraine Kimberly. Date of committal, 17th of October, 1977. Date of discharge, 10th of November, 1977. Diagnosis, depression. Notes from overseeing psychologist. Hang on. Lorraine seems to be suffering from depression that began early in her pregnancy. Our discussions have made obvious that these episodes stem from the grief of losing her partner, Dawn, who died about 6 months ago. There are also several unresolved issues with her father. After being kept under careful observation, we provided standard treatment for this disorder, including electroconvulsion therapy. The patient responded and made a rapid recovery. Aftercare recommendations, weekly follow-up with the local physician. Mood stabilizers, lithium-based. Discharge instructions. Lorraine has a newborn son, Callum, who was placed in foster care shortly after birth when Lorraine displayed symptoms of disorientation and depression. It is our judgment that Lorraine is fit to have her son returned to her, and as long as she follows her recommended aftercare routine and continues with her medication, we have faith that she will be an effective caregiver. Lorraine has her own housing, and her employer, Susie, has said that she is welcome to return to her shifts at the diner. Norma Creed, a local woman, has offered to care for Callum while Lorraine works. It is with this support network in mind that we feel confident releasing Lorraine from this institution. Medication instructions. Prescription for Zolift that can be filled at Flagg's Pharmacy in Kingsmouth. She has been advised to start with a 50 milligram dose and then, based on the advice of her doctor, to increase the medication as needed. Berkshire, Madison, and Stapleton. Miss Mallard, our inquiry into the estate of Mr. Donald Williams has been completed. We regret to inform you that the primary beneficiaries of his estate, including the life insurance settlement for accidental death, were listed as Rose Williams and Richard Williams of New York State, the deceased parents. Our agency made contact with Mr. and Mrs. Williams and explained your situation, especially as regards the birth of Donald's son Callum. Unfortunately, they were not receptive to our overtures, and they specified that without any legal proof of a biological relationship, they consider you ineligible to receive any of the monies from Donald's estate. They have asked that we no longer contact them regarding this matter. I understand that this may have a negative impact on your current financial situation, and I hope that I am not being too forward when I enclose the bill for our services within this letter. Sincerely, Edward Stapleton, Attorney. Yeah. And down we go. Tragic. But before we go on, I think I am going to go turn on some lights. And back. And yes, the darkness is very fitting, but also it's dark in the house, and I think my dad just came home. Don't want to leave him in the dark. We have our book. And our Nightmare Circus by Fair and Calm. It has changed. The park, it was a waitin' on a child for taken. Using joy for baitin', while their mother's mind is breakin'. And Algesia win. We have our pills. Oh, they're from Valley. Another of Arachi's subsidiaries. Lorraine, things aren't right between us at the moment. I know. I want to try and explain it. I think it's because I am so far from home and working so hard. Every day working at the park, it gets worse, like a spring inside my mind whining tighter and tighter and tighter. When we go for drinks after work, it gets a little better. The guys relax and we laugh and we're good people again. I don't want to come home to you without being in my right mind. But when this job is done, we need to get out of this place. We need to go back to the city, where I don't feel like this anymore. I love you. Donald. P.S. I was thinking about names for boys and girls. I like Callum for a boy, and Emma if it's a girl. No problem. Enjoy your ramen. And Emma, as we find out in the main game, is Anima. She was rescued from a house fire when she was very little, and the firefighter that rescued her misheard her name as Emma, so she went by that for a long time. And that's a reference to her. Hunger, the story of Holodomor. In the spring of 1933, in the Soviet Ukraine, an entire population found themselves without food. Over the course of the coming months, the situation grew critical, and reports of mass malnutrition began to filter into the upper echelons of the government. The people had been left with very little to bite or sup. It was become one of the greatest tragedies of mass starvation that the world had ever seen. Now, our panel of Soviet experts have uncovered compelling evidence that families were forced to resort to cannibalism in order to survive that terrible winter. In this never-before-seen expose read about how the starving parents cooked and ate their own children to survive. All here in the pages of this shocking true story. Words. Letters written on our Rubik's Cube. Not a lot we can really read at the moment. With this novel, Lorraine cements her place as one of the most important science fiction writers of a generation. Wilting, a solar flare has struck the Earth. Millions of people are uprooted from their homes. A young meteorologist searches desperately for a way to stop global warming. And an exotic dancer named Lorraine is the key to saving the world. Again. Dynamic, exciting, bombastic. Everything we've come to expect from a Lorraine novel. Lorraine is back, and you better believe that she's bigger, better, and bolder than ever. We've got more pills. Oh.
I'm a horrible mother. Where is he?
He's over there. Standing in the doorway. I love you. From Callum. Hi, Callum. Okay. Milk, cheese, bread, butter, corn, potatoes, apples, fish sticks, Zolif prescription. Remember, take the pills, follow up with Dr. Spencer, organize babysitter for Callum. We have fun at the beach, looks like. Got any other new pictures? The car, doctor or dentist, whichever. Sink is still broken, but we've been working on it.
Give it to me!
Running out of food. A little bit. We've corrected our letter from our mom. I didn't run away. Dad took me. Well, it seems to have not changed any minds. Thank you, William, for the new watch. It is very nice and has made me happy. Carrot. Nice thank you note. I think this is the same note. Just a bit older and slightly coffee stained. And we spiral ever deeper.
Who was that?
A chipmunk goes a stab, stab, stabbin'. Into the eyes a jab, jab, jabbin'. And all of the townies gab, gab, gabbin'. Just lie down and let it happen. Basal ganglia win! Have plenty of pills. Our me and mom drawing has changed a bit. Added some nice red handprints, some horns. Things are generally going well. Hunger, the story of Hansel and Gretel. A long time ago, in a forest in the woods, there lived a woodcutter, his wife, and his 2 children, a boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. This story has been doctored to hide the truth from the unsuspecting public. Now, our panel of fairy tale experts have uncovered compelling evidence that Hansel and Gretel were in fact eaten alive. In this never-before expose read about how their parents inexpertly tried to cover it up by telling stories about a witch in a house made of candy. All here in the pages of this shocking fake story. More altered pictures.
Beautiful sound, the new sound, people. And then, there she is. You'll have the greatest time in your life. 606. 56.
This looks about the same. I'm trying to hear what they're saying on the radio, but more pills. Can I read? Our cap has fallen on the floor and is bloodied now. Her lie. See her try. See her cry. She... Bye-bye. See her why. Oh, our dolly has lost her head. More pills. More alcohol.
What have you done with him?
Milk, Zolif prescription. Cheese, Zolif prescription. Bread, Zolif prescription. Butter, Zolif prescription. Corn, Zolif prescription. Potatoes, Zolif prescription. Apples, Zolif prescription. Fish sticks. Remember, more pills. Tickets to Atlantic Island Park.
Don't leave me.
The sink is still continuing to not work. More pills and alcohol. I think you should probably write it down a couple more times. Oh, that's fun. Nah. A history of Solomon Island. It definitely doesn't look like it has tentacles coming out of the lighthouse. We've torn our letter from our mom. And we've drawn the boogeyman. But Callum is still a happy carrot. Yeah.
Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Not sure I'm feeling the new decor. A boogeyman goes a walking, sneaking, stealing, a stalking. Is he really a talking? Now is not the time for balking. Cerebral cortex win. Hi. I can just walk through it. That one has a nice meal, though. At least the dollies aren't starving. Ooh, this one's got eyeballs. And an eyeball. That one fell out. Hunger. The story. The woodcutter is dead. The witch always wins. 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 all here in the pages of this broken story. Still haven't watched this hat. Probably unsanitary. Hello, baby. My two best friends, Dawn and Laura. With Can You Hear Us, Lorraine? One of the most important science fiction writers of a generation, the Willing. A sun will struck the earth. Millions of cattle are uprooted from their homes. A young shadow searches desperately for a way to stop global domination. And an exotic dancer, Listen Lorraine, is the key to saving the world again. Dynamic, exciting, irresponsible, everything we've come to expect Answer Us, Lorraine novel. Lorraine, we are watching. You'd better believe that she is bigger, better, and bolder than ever. Zolif prescription, 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 Zolif prescription. Remember, you are alone. Nobody loves you. Callum is no longer who he once was. Well, we got a new fridge. That's kind of fun. And that dolly's being boiled. Her sink still doesn't work. Rude. I love you, Mommy, from Callum has been burned. And so is that dolly. Delicious. We have a bloody ice pick. Just like Chad the Chipmunk liked to use.
Where is my boy? Please, don't make me see. Stop!
Not sure she's great at it, though.
Leave me alone!
We have burned our letter from Mom. Dunwich Emergency Services. Miss Mallard, when we agreed in our meeting today, we consider you to be batshit fucking insane. Let's be clear, you are in no way of sound mind and body, and you are a danger to everybody around you. Please note that your only escape from this should be drugs. A shitload of them. Smoking, snorting, oral, intravenous. Take them any way you can and as often as you can. That shit can only make your life better. In case there was any doubt, you are suffering a relapse and nobody really cares. Nobody can help you now. Don't fuck this up. Dr. Spock, Dunwich Medica. We've cut up our happy carrot. Scribbled out the boogeyman. This door no longer wants to sing to me. Lorraine? Lorraine? I need you to focus on what we are discussing. The chipmunk killer, Steve Gardner. He was locked away for what he did to those kids. Nathaniel Winter hasn't been seen in years, but he is nowhere near Atlantic Island Park. We've established this. You know this. We are talking. Can you hear us, Lorraine? The killing. A son will be devoured. All the cattle will be enslaved. This shadow lies on your future, our domination. If you listen, Lorraine, you are key to damning the world. We are irresponsible. You can only join us, Lorraine. Lorraine, we are one. See her cry, ask her why, see him die, see her try. My walls are dripping. That's gross. Now the pipes above are leaking. Nothing ever works in this house. Forget Don, Dad, Cat, not him. We've got presumably Dad, Don, and Laura. I think she was the one being stalked by Chad earlier. We have roast baby in the oven. Got some assorted creatures. Fridge. We've stabbed our teddy bear.
Don't make me look at it.
I'm gonna look at it harder.
Horrible mother. Where is he? Show yourself.
You will watch me rot. All that's left of our happy carrot note. Destroy this note. Wasn't that a fun, enjoyable trek through the park's haunted house?
Stories are told again and again, and from their shape we build our understanding of the world. 2 children are led into the woods. They are lost for a time, but then are captured by an old witch. A child goes missing in Atlantic Island Park. He wanders lost for a time before finding his way into the mouth of an old witch. In the oldest version of this story, the mother and the witch were the same person. I never wanted to be the witch. But I am, aren't I? Leave me alone.
You talked about back when we were watching the story of Hansel and Gretel in the Tunnel of Tales that she thought of herself and Callum as brother and sister. Hansel and Gretel. Kids broke in today. It has been so long since I heard laughter. So very long. I took one of them. I couldn't help myself. It was fast. The others didn't notice. I liked hearing him laugh, this boy from the academy. I put him on a slab. I tickled him until he couldn't breathe. My machines came to life, whirring in time to his gasps and shrieks. I think this is delightful. The change wrought in me by the machines is not yet complete. There must be other children I can lay on my slab. Eyes without sparkle. It's like a book about postpartum depression. Hansel and Gretel.
Callum? 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 Callum!
Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
And that was the game. So the ending there paralleled the beginning. The guy in the suit was working the ticket desk when we first went into the park. And his line about people losing things all the time, think back and remember the last time you saw your son. This teddy bear was the line at the start. Like, I think the common theory is that he's the Council of Venice guy who will end up recruiting her. That is her story. I don't believe Callum is ever found. Presumably eaten by the park. So yeah, with that downer ending, we will probably leave it here. Thank you for coming and suffering with me.